Seventh end of this Sweden-China game this morning in the Orleans Arena. A steal of 1 for the Chinese in the sixth end. But it's still 9-2 for Sweden. China playing a pretty good end there without the last stone, thinking maybe we can play a couple more like that.
Yeah, China nearly stole a couple of points in the sixth. So I think that's certainly one positive they can take from the game. They have created something in that sixth end. That's maybe why we've seen them continuing.
Well, mentioned how they're usually quite disciplined. Not too easily scared, they'll keep going. Don't give it their all. You kind of have the feeling if Sweden even just scores in this end, that might just be the last nail in the coffin. This time, Rasmus Verano throws both his rocks away. In many ways, it was his second stone that created some problems for Sweden. Ended up tapping his first stone to the back four, left something for China to freeze onto. So just wanting to keep it a little bit tidier this time.
That one just running through.
I'm sorry.
Let's jump on over to Norway, Scotland. We just saw Stefan Valstad trying to come around on the out turn to tap that Yellowstone in the back eight out. Obviously couldn't do that, so has left a draw to score 2 for Bruce Mouat. Should be pretty straightforward for this young, solid player. Tied game as well, only singles up on the board, so you think a score of 2 here is pretty big. Just try and break away from Norway. Scored in the sixth end as well. Pretty huge in this very important game for both sides. And this stone will settle on the side button for 2, and it is a 4-2 game for Scotland through 6 ends. We just saw a miss by Sweden. A first one for Henrik Lek, not only in the game, but for the entire competition. He did have one and played prior to this. Just trying the big weight double on the center guards. Only got one and left the shooter as a guard. We'll try again. I think this time just peeling the one though.
Yeah, no real need to go after the double peel on that one. So Chat. Again playing a nice guard. Edin feeling that guard's fairly long. Now's the opportunity to peel the short one. Gets past that guard with an inch to spare. That yellow rock fully open. So Cha will need to put something 2 or 3 feet short. As long as they cover the inside edge, there won't be a double. This one looking a little bit light for weight. Swoopers in it. Oh, there you go. I think the double may be there this time. Oscar Eriksson trying to get both yellows moving. One just misses a second. Disappointed with that result. I believe they've called this just over the hog line. Might have been tempted to draw another one right in on top of the yellow on the button. Well, Swoopers were on that one even before he let it go.
They are coming around, try and freeze their own, set 2 behind cover. Early sweep for weight, but now the line becoming a problem. This is actually a tad heavy, so it was a bad sweep there. Bad call by the front end. If they don't touch that, it's probably made out of hand.
Yeah, things just not going to plan this morning. Put this game to bed and move on. You do tend to get games like that, Sander. Just things don't go your way.
Well, at risk of embarrassment, I'll tell you one story about playing Niklas Edin myself at the quarter-final of the former Radisson Blue Oslo Cup. 7 o'clock start, which is not great for me personally. Niklas Edin had the hammer, blanked the first end. We figured, okay, we're still alive. So you see a nice double by Edin, as you do. Edin scored a 4 in the second. We're thinking, oh boy, trouble. But 6 ends to go in that 8-end game. Stole a 5. Shake hands, 9-0 after 3 ends. We were done quarter to 8 in the morning. So it can happen.
Two stones to come in this 7th end. So Deja does have a guard in play. So might be able to generate something.
Yeah, just need one good draw here. But this one will crash on the guard. Oh boy.
Lägg den här T-line. Vi lurar ut farten. Lite segare nu va?
Seems like Sweden will just draw to score 1 here. Thinking an 8-point lead with 3 ends to go should suffice.
In är lugn. Ni har den aldrig i spel. Ni har den.
That draw is made right onto the forfeit for 1. Well, we saw it coming quite early. And Sweden scored 4 in the first end. It is a 10-2 final score. Sweden just all over China this morning. Henrik Lek, 5th man, getting a chance to come onto the ice. Made all but 1 shot. And we'll be jumping over to Italy, Korea. So I could see Italy stole that 1 point in the first end, then Korea forced to take a 1, but stealing a 2, stealing a 1. And now 2 blank ends on the board, so it's a still 4-1 game for Kim Chang-min and Team Korea over Italy. We'll be joining them quite shortly in the 7th end as our featured game this morning, Sweden-China, coming to an early conclusion. Some highlights and a chat with the Dean will follow